Hot Wheels Hungary TV, coming with a new video. This is part 4 of the massive box opening of the over 60 models in the huge box. I'm coming with the next 4 castings. Uh, Although there's actually 7, but when I say 4, that actually means 4 different castings, and 7 is the number of models on the table, because some of the models have more variants. For example, Rigor Motor, which you may remember from last time, I forgot that I actually have a purple one as well, and not just that red one. This is collector number 852. Here's it. Here's the back. I think this is a USA package. Nice. This is a 1998 release. Normal, no series whatsoever. It says Rigor Motor Racing. There. On the side of the coffin, because last time I said that Rigor Motor is actually a coffin. And that is the cockpit area, if you see. And there is the huge engine. And the front as well. Which looks like a bat, if you look at it. I don't know what are those little white things are. Maybe these are want to resemble like skulls. And it also has these very nice 5-spoke wheels. These are gold on black, so they're much different, because normally these are like chrome or silver on black. Gold is not the most common. And here's the back as well. It's like a little handle, isn't it? And here's the base. This says 1994 on the base, and Malaysia. So that was a Rigor Motor, and that's a blue card variant with the blue car on the package. Yeah, very nice condition. Next one we have, this one is our next casting. This is a casting that has a lot of different names. I think at least had 3 or 4 different names. This time this is Aero Flash, collector number 1031, from the 1999 collection. Yeah, there's it. It says to collect all the 1999 first editions, 26 in all, but the package doesn't says that Aero Flash is a new model. And the base says 1974, because the car itself is actually very old. And funny thing is that the car is called Aero Flash, but on the base there's actually, if you look very closely, because it actually has a shinier base, yeah, you won't going to see it, but it says Silver Bullet. That's actually one of the other names this car has. It says Silver Bullet and the number 9 for some reason. It has a wheel type that I actually quite like, sadly discontinued, not used anymore. This is the 3-spoke. It has a plastic body, but it is very nice. It's actually still a pretty heavy casting. Very nice. And it has a number 3. You can see the number 3. Yeah, that light is horrible. Yeah, number 3 upside down. Yeah, it's actually a pretty cool casting. I would love to have other variants, and you know that Aero Flash or Silver Bullet was also in Highway 35. We all remember that, don't we? From 2003. Next we have 2 castings together, because it counts as one for me, because it's one casting. I only have these 2 variants in that box, but I have 2 different samples. This is the Vada Drag. This is based on the BMW Isetta, which is, you know, that's a little small Italian car, the BMW Isetta. You can see that it's based on the small little 4-wheeled, not a 3-wheeled like most people think. The Isetta is there, you can see its lines. It's not a full thing because the back is like separated. It has the 3-spoke wheel in the front, and it actually has the steering wheel in the center, not like the real thing, which, you know, it like opens from the front. It has a wheel type in the back, which I don't know the name of, but I think this is one of the only times when it is used on a car instead of a motorbike. Yeah, that's the top. And this is the 1998 first edition, number 36 out of 40. Blue car, normal pack design. Here's the back. Another of the world set with Attitude, Bad Mother, the Dodge concept car, Express Lane. I like that because I'm a huge fan of shopping cart drifting, so Express Lane is a cool one to get if you like that. Catapult, Fathom this, and Double Vision, which is also a pretty cool car. Yeah, here's the model from the top. It has barely any decals because it has pretty basic colors, so the only thing you see is actually the top with a little bit of Hot Wheels badge and some sort of deco. It has orange tinted windows, which is not which is quite unusual. Super wide wheels because the real thing doesn't have these wheels like stick out. And here's the base. Looks like a tricycle more than a car. Malaysia base, 1998. What a drag! Yeah. I would love to see if someone would transform this model into a normal BMW Isetta. Because What a Drag is actually a real thing that was built in real life. I don't know who did it, but if I found a picture, I will put it here. Yeah. Next car we have, or actually not the next one, because I also have this other version of the What a Drag, which is quite similar. It has a different wheel type. It has the 5-dot wheel, another discontinued type wheel with a number 6 on the top, and a Hot Wheels logo on the gold spoiler. This one has a total different piece than that. This one is a 1999 release, and just noticed is that the motor or the engine on the top, that the two lines you see on the top, which is a different color, that's actually part of something else, and I don't even know what part. Because on the gold one it's a lot easier to notice that that's actually a separate piece. In my opinion, this looks a bit better because of the gold chrome. It doesn't look that normal. But this is the first edition. It has red tinted windows, and I just noticed that actually has front printing as well. I don't know what does it say. Sorry for background noises if you hear any. Yeah, it has like racing sponsors. I see Marlowe, a few other ones. It's pretty hard to read. They are very small, and there's also another number 6. So 2 samples of What a Drag. And our last model for today is actually 3 hot seats. The person who sold this to me had 3 hot seats still in the box, and before I made this video, I just realized what was the reason behind it. When we got the set, I noticed that actually has a red car and a blue car variant. I don't know which one is rarer. Leave me in the comments if you know. Number 13 out of 40 cars in the 1998 first edition. But sadly, Hot Seat is actually a final run. I think around 2003, maybe, in a metallic turquoise paint job. It's at final flush. But this looks very classic with the normal black and white colors. The whole model is almost fully plastic with a bit of metal on the base and a few areas as well. But it has multiple moving features with the lid lifting up, and if you lift up the lid, you can tilt out the flush, or how do you call it, toilet flush, you know, and because it acts like a steering wheel. But if you see, there's actually like a little pivot point where it can like fold out. I don't know what's the reason, what can you do with it if it is like pointing this way. Because if it's in this position, it looks a lot better because it acts like a steering wheel. I see the opening lid is actually useful because that makes it more realistic. But the moving flush, I don't know what's the reason behind it. And actually the model itself has a hole to act like a real toilet. Because when it's gotta go, you gotta go. And the toilet is actually even cracked if you see a big crack in the side. That's actually how it's supposed to be. And then I noticed that there's two different types of packages the owner had. This was a blue car, that was a red car. I said like, okay, that's nice, but what is the reason that you have another one with a blue car? And I just noticed it why. I was thinking that what could be the reason, and then I thought that what if it is not in the paint, not a wheel variation, but actually some sort of other variation that not all collectors think about or care, because it's not really an important feature. But now I noticed what's the difference between these two, this and this one. Of course, between these two, there's actually nothing in nothing difference. The only difference that this one has a blue car, that one has a red one. But the difference between these two is that this one has Thailand on the base. I'm sure you don't see it. That's Thailand. Yeah, you can see it on the top. There, Thailand. And the other one says Malaysia. I'm sure you see it. Right there. It says Malaysia. So that's actually a difference that sometimes happened in the old days. It's not really a thing nowadays. So this is really what the OGs remember. I was not even born in 1998, I was born in 2006, but I know that this was a thing in the old days, like a lot of wheel variations, a lot of color differences, a lot of tempo differences, and bass variations as well, like in color and writing, and also stamping, years, so I know what's the thing about this. They all had 5-spoke wheels, and if you are curious, the red car one is also Malaysian. I think you can clearly see it there. 1997 on the base because it was released in 1998. I know that a lot of people think that Hot Seat is actually one of the worst cars Hot Wheels ever made. And in my opinion, it's actually 50-50. Because, yeah, I don't really like when Hot Wheels makes like a super interesting car which is obviously a car that you will never see driving on the roads. And by the way, it has a Hot Wheels stamp on it. You can see a little Hot Wheels badge. But I also like the fact that it's quite unique, like the design. You don't see a toilet car by Hot Wheels that often. We do have the Gotta Go nowadays, but that's a thing. Like, you know, like there's a spot in Hot Wheels history that always need to be filled in with a car. For example, I'm thinking about the shopping cart of Hot Wheels. You know, there used to be the express lane, now we have aisle driver. The toilet car used to be Hot Seat, now it's Gotta Go. So that's the way I think. But because Hot Seat is final run, Hot Wheels needed a new toilet car, which only arrived in 2017. Yeah, here's the front as well. Nothing in difference, the models are all the same. And I know a lot of people who just buy one. But a collector, like a huge collector who wants every variation, 3 is not even enough, because I'm sure there's maybe like other differences. For example, a Thailand variant with the red car on the package. That's a variant we don't see here. I'm talking too much about variations and I know it's boring. So I think we're going to end it for here today. This was the Hot Wheels Hungary TV. We take a look, dived into a bit more in the big box, and there's still models to be discovered in the big box. You can see 2 Lakesters as well, and Tang. So today's models were of course the rigger motor, Aero Flash, 2 samples of the water drag, and the strange triple variation of Hot Seat. This was the Hot Wheels Hungary TV. Bye for now.